Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Okay, so here is a quick update for you. I'm going to try and do this within 10 minutes on Bitcoin and what you need to know moving forward going into the start of Asia, but more importantly, the party that's about to begin tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, the Fed is going to be having its usual meeting. The projections, the statement, the funds rate, and of course, the press conference itself. Ladies and gentlemen, I will warn you now, the volatility is going to be real. Okay? This video isn't about helping you understand where Bitcoin is going to go. This video is about getting you to be aligned with the idea. If you are trading from now until the FOMC meeting itself, if you've got money in trades and you've made money, you better pay yourself. Call it a telling off, ladies and gentlemen. Please forgive me if I offend you, if my tone is somewhat abrupt. But ladies and gentlemen, it's these moments in the charts that make or break traders. All I'm asking you to do is to sit out. The reason I'm asking you to sit out, guys, is because the volatility can be crazy. Okay? 95% of retail traders will come to the chart and say, okay, here you go. Here is a price range. All right? I'll put a limit buy order right here. And I'll put a limit sell order right here. So that when the news comes out, given that during the news, price is probably doing this or waiting for it to come out, and then you will hope that price will then go up to your limit order. Once it hits it, it's going to continue. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, if that was the case, the amount of times I done this, because I thought I could outsmart the market. No, sir. You can't outsmart the market. When you do and you've got profit, pay yourselves, man. No one went broke taking a profit. That's the truth. Now listen, don't do this. Don't put a limit buy. Don't put a limit sell, because the market will have the tendency to do the following. You place your orders inside of these zones. Price will come up and hit that point. You're getting excited because it looks like the news is favorable. Back down, it comes and hits your liquidation. You hit your limit stop order as well. And then you're thinking, oh, it's going to continue going down. And then it comes back up into the range. Ladies and gentlemen, don't even get yourself caught up with that sort of flavor. Wait till the news comes out. Wait for them to establish exactly what they've done and what they're planning on doing moving forward. The word on the street says that they're 88% sure that it's going to be 75 basis points, with the logic that if there is going to be 100 basis points increase, that's going to ricochet the markets. They don't want to force the market into a recession in principle, but how are they going to control the power and the strength of the dominance of the dollar? The only way that they can do that is if they get inflation down to a T. Now listen. Dominance of the dollar comes up, hits that 110 mark, ladies and gentlemen. We marked it off today with those red vector candles inside of that zone. It's going to the 1 hour time frame for the dominance of the dollar, and you can see they're working their way towards that point. They tried to make it today, but they didn't see success. That's good news for us, all right? But it doesn't mean that it's not going to continue up. Guys, once the FOMC starts to come out, or should I say the anticipation towards it, investors are going to start putting their money where they know is safe, and that is in dollar. So from now until later on tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we might see a little bit of traction where dollar comes down, starts recovering some vector candles in the range. If you look at the chart itself, we've got some levels down here, and we would anticipate that they would come down to recover the vector candle point right here. And it would be lovely if dollar can come all the way back down here from now until at least the start of the UK session tomorrow morning. NASDAQ and S&P, all of a sudden, NASDAQ has decided to bounce up, given that it's had an aggressive move to the downside. Traders have been selling stock. Now they've been picking it back up, trying to make some profit in this game. But listen, the yields themselves, they're at that 3.5% mark, and it's already at a problem. This is telling us that traders are seeking value-based assets, and they are not looking for volatility. They are looking for safety, okay? I will reiterate the same thing over and over again to you, ladies and gentlemen, because the markets don't change, because human behavior doesn't change, okay? Rolling over back to Bitcoin itself, you can see Bitcoin looks like it's forming a great little structure right here. We've got ourselves a nice little W formation on the actual 5-minute time frame, but I'm not interested in that, guys, because Bitcoin is going to make the moves tomorrow, okay? You can see what today's been like. It's been a treacherous day. People trying to make sense of direction. We came all the way down towards the 18,714 zone. If we go into the liquidation points, you can see that earlier on today, they took that liquidity at 18,825. Bang, they ripped that liquidity. Then they moved all the way down to 18,000. What was it? They went all the way down towards the 18,714 zone, and that would put us inside of this area right here, all the way down. There you go, 18,700. Inside of that range, about $380 million worth of long liquidations. We move up ever so slightly, and you'll see that they took around 293. So altogether, nearly $500 million worth of liquidations of longs in the chart, okay? It's a sad day so far, guys, but once the FOMC is done with what it's saying, they are projecting that in December, they may only look to increase the interest rates between 25 and 50 basis points. But inflation is stubborn. That's the problem we've got. People are still spending money. So how are you going to control inflation if people are still spending money? Consumer sentiment is still good. All right, we've got a little bit of a pretty stagnant employment market, but the problem they've got is people are still spending money, and that's still going to drive inflation. Oil is going down. That's why people are spending money, because oil isn't expensive anymore. Near enough, but it's not that expensive. That's a problem. Gold itself is taking a nosedive to the downside, and gold already is starting to behave in such a way that is anticipating FOMC behavior. So when we look at the chart of gold, we can say, it would be great if gold can come back up into this vector candle recovery point. Don't make the mistake that during the FOMC that they can't come back up into this zone, because they can come up to it and then they can come back down again. So please be mindful when you are trading tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. I will be going live tomorrow to bring in the FOMC projections and the statement and everything that rolls with it, guys. It's going to be a very interesting live tomorrow, okay? You can see what news is being put out, okay? Steep rate hikes on the table. What do they mean by steep? If 75 basis points is what it is, what if they decide to roll out 100 basis points? Let's think about this. There's a 20% chance of it actually happening. How badly does the Fed want to sort this problem with inflation out? Because you need to kill the idea of people spending money. And once you kill that idea, that is when they're going to be forcing the economy into a recession. And then that's going to be a problem for foreign trade, because then that's just going to push everyone to run their money into the dominance of the dollar. No one's going to be picking up dollars, which will then in turn look to roll the dominance over again. We're looking for a reset, ladies and gentlemen. So going into this evening, guys, be very careful with your trading. It looks like Bitcoin is holding this range, but just be very cautious with your trading. I don't want to advocate a direction, because it's not going to serve you. Because if you go in the idea that you think Bitcoin's going to continue higher from this point, you might hold that trade and you may not let go. Price might actually force it all the way up to here and then consolidate. You go to bed, yippee-ki-yay, it drops. So just be very cautious, ladies and gentlemen. Quickly having a look at Ethereum. Look, it's consistent with FOMC. They're waiting. Investors are just waiting for what the Fed's going to say. Have they already priced it in? Who knows? But the market will react again during the FOMC, of which I will be available at that time to bring that in with you guys, and we can have some fire during the actual discussion by the Fed. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've all done well today. I hope you've paid yourselves, and moving forward, always have in the back of your mind, what is the market maker trying to make the retail trader think? Once you have that aligned with your thinking, you won't be thinking like a retail trader. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, mad love and respect. If you are new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will check in with you beautiful people tomorrow to bring that fire. Take care of yourself, pattern watchers. Mad love. Peace.